Hey everyone, Justin here from the Bill Coors Wellness Center, coming at you with a stretch break that is going to help you to really increase flexibility through all major muscle groups of the body. And that's why I've titled this one 5 Stretches Everyone Should Be Doing. These are ones that I really think can benefit just about anyone from a lot of the inactivity and sitting that we spend time doing. So with that said, let's go ahead and get into it. The first one is one that you no doubt have seen many a times if you watch my other stretch breaks, and this is the couch stretch or the half kneeling hip flexor stretch with knee flexion. So I know that's a big jumble of words. Basically, the reason it's called the couch stretch is because you can use a couch. You see I got a recliner right here. Anything that's going to help you get your foot up on it, and that's soft ideally. You can do this with a wall as well. But basically what you want to do is you want to take that knee, you want to get it as close to either the wall or whatever object you're doing this on. In my case, it's this recliner. So I've got my knee wedged in the corner down here. You can't really see it exactly, but it is as close to the end of this recliner as I can get. I'm pointing my toe, and then from here, my goal is going to be to squeeze this back glute. So I'm in a full kneeling position right now, but I've got my right knee a little bit further than my knee that's back. And since it's my left knee back, I'm shooting to get a stretch all through the front side of this body. And then what we can do is squeeze that glute, keep your core tight. You may be feeling a good stretch here. If that's the case, I want you to just hold it here for about 30 to 60 seconds. Ideally with this couch stretch, spending even longer than 60 seconds is ideal. But hey, if you're just trying to get in and out and get a quick, 5 to 10 minute stretch that hits a little bit of everything, then 30 seconds is enough. You can progress this by trying to get that foot up into this half kneeling position. And so from here, you'll notice I'm still keeping my belly tight and my back looks flexed, but I'm actually more neutral here. I'm more flat. And I've got a really good stretch going through the front of that hip and that quad, so those muscles on the front of the leg. If you can get that glute squeezed, then you know you're good. If you want to take it up, then you can bring that foot up like I've got here, and then you can try to get that torso up, but the key is I've still got to be able to keep that glute engaged. If I can't engage that glute in this upward torso position, then I've probably gone too far, and that's something I can work towards. So now that we've got time on that one, let's go ahead and switch to the other one. So start in full kneeling, kick that leg up, point the toe, try to suck that knee into the corner, and then squeeze that glute. If I want to take it up some, which I can go a little further, I can start wedging this foot up, ideally trying to get it to this full kneeling position, full half kneeling position. But like I said earlier, if that means I can't turn on my glute anymore, then I want to sink back down and just try to elevate that front knee just a little bit. So again, just hold here, nice big deep breaths, squeeze that glute. You can even relax a little bit, do a little contract relax, where you kind of squeeze the glute for 4 seconds and then let it go. And then now that we've got both sides done on that one, we're going to move to the next one, which is a pigeon stretch. So we're going to start with one leg behind us. We're going to point that toe, then we're going to bring the other leg. So we're kind of starting this half kneeling position again, but I want to actually work this outside of my shin, flat to the floor. So I've got one leg behind me, one leg is bent at about a 90-degree angle. I want to try to keep it kind of parallel to the floor. And then I'm just going to try to come down and feel that stretch in the external rotators of the hip. So the glute muscle deep in that hip and the piriformis. And then obviously you may be feeling a good stretch here, but if you want to take it a little further, you can start inching your way down to those elbows and eventually get all the way to stretched out. So let's go ahead. That's 30 seconds on that side. Switch it up. Again, 30 to 60 seconds on each of these. is plenty. So again, I'm kind of laying into this one, trying to keep that shin as kind of parallel and at a 90-degree angle with the upper leg. I've got the toes pointed and this other leg stretched behind me. Again, you may find that you've got more tightness on one side than the other. That's a good sign that you should probably spend a little more time on that side. But again, work within your range. You may find that you can only get here to start, but as I said, if you do these, almost every day or every couple days and work them into your regular rotation, you'll find that you can get all the way down. And then now that we've got that one done, we're gonna move to the third one, which is a down dog to up dog. So we're doing a little bit of yoga here. Full disclosure, I'm not a yoga teacher, but these are two really easy moves that you can make happen to stretch everything, especially on the back side of the body and the front side of the body with the up dog. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna start in plank. We're gonna push through our hands. Feet are hip width apart, hands are shoulder width apart. You notice in this position, I'm driving that floor away, I'm sinking my heels down towards the floor. Head is in line with my arms. I'm gonna hold this position for 30 seconds. Just breathe in as much as I can. Really trying to keep as much length as possible from those hips all the way through the palms. And then from here, we're gonna come to high plank. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna point our toes, and then we're gonna sink down, keep those shoulder blades down and back, and sink those hips down. So in this position, I've got the up dog going on. Notice I'm not cranking my neck. I'm just really pushing that floor away from me through my palms. Feeling that stretch all through the front side of the body, abs, hip flexors. Then I'm gonna tuck those feet underneath me and come back underneath to our starting position. Next one, we're gonna do a chest stretch, which often gets really tight. We spend a lot of time seated, and especially on our phones. So I'm gonna find a corner or a doorway, and then I'm going to get my palms, or my forearms and my palms up on the wall at a 90-degree angle. Then we're gonna keep the belly tight as we lean into this. So let me give you a demo here. We're coming up here. I'm gonna stagger my stance, and then I am pushing my chest forward as I keep my belly braced. Now you can change the position of your arms here. So I would suggest spending 10 to 15 seconds in a couple different positions to really help stretch that out. So we're getting that good pec stretch and shoulder stretch. And then last but not least, we're gonna move to a child's pose. This is probably everyone's favorite that have ever done any yoga because it's very relaxing. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna point the toes, we're gonna sink down, try to bring our butt to our heels, outreach our arms, relax the head between the arms, and really try to reach as much as you can so that we're getting that good lat stretch as well as a stretch through the back into that flex position. So 30 seconds here, nice big deep breaths, in through the nose, out through the mouth. And then you can even walk the hands to one direction to get a little more of those obliques and lat. Maybe spend 10 seconds on one side, walk it to the other, 10 seconds on that side. And then once you've got that done, that is it for today's stretch break, where we're doing 5 stretches that I think everyone can benefit from. So hopefully you enjoyed that. See you next time.